can't get that. Just as a season, what's going to be a successful season for you? At the end of the year, at the end of the season, when you look back and you can say this was a successful season, what's that going to look like?
Absolutely. So I did, I failed to mention, I helped volunteer coach last year for the Commodores. And I feel like preseason for us, what I want to accomplish this season, obviously, yes, like you said, district and region, we want to go far for that. But also just working on the things that we didn't do last season or the previous seasons before, like communication, team bonding, just really trying to be more of a team and just grow in those areas, because those areas can also help us succeed on the court as well as off the court.
Mr. Kelly?
Same kind of things. Like I think preparing, we're a really young team this year. I think over half our squad is freshmen. So it'll be preparing for seasons after that, and making sure the girls that are coming up next season, they'll be ready to step up and take a swing at it, you know.
So that being said, the seniors, how can you help those freshmen to become what your coaching staff wants them to become, and as a team?
Getting them involved, really making sure that they feel included in the team is a big part of it. I want them to feel like they actually are a part of this team and feel like they have every right to be who they are on the court and off the court with us. Just being there for them.
Lila,
I agree.
you agree with that? Go ahead,
And
Becky.
guys, for me, I just want to point out, I have to every team so far, is the respect you've got to, you know, just as young ladies, it's got to be the respect of your coaches, your parents, people in the stands. Negative respect makes your whole team look bad, not just yourself.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
When I go somewhere and watch sports events, I'm that person in the bleachers that's watching that kid that has such a bad attitude, and I'm thinking 20 seconds of my practice, they'd be gone.
Agreed.
And I said that sometimes your big athletic team doesn't win because it doesn't have that team respect all the way through.
And like we've said, you know, media is such a thing now. You can't hide from it.
No.
And, you know, whether it be Hometown 24 or any other streaming group, you can't hide from that. So in that, Lila kind of mentioned about who can you get involved to be those outside hitters and those people, that those younger girls you had over 500 assists last year. How can you get any of those outside hitters and middle hitters? How can you get them involved? And you can throw a name out there if you like.
I think that Annie and Lainey are really good with whatever sets coming their way. They're really good at adjusting to it, and they're really good about letting me know that they need something different. I think just the team chemistry is really good this year, and they're amazing. They're really good.
I just want to say I like that you said you can talk, like they'll tell you what they want. And I've said in the past, you know, people look, oh, that was a great kill. I think they need to look farther back and see who passed the ball.
Yep.
See how hard this setter has to work. I always said, I'm not sure about Miss Neese and Mr. Kelly, but I always said in practice, my teams may run 5 miles, but my setter is going to run 10. Because that's the person that I'm looking at all the time. You know, you may get a terrible pass, but I always expect you to get the set.
Right.
You know, and I think that people and your teammates need to know that the better they give to you, the better you can give to your, you know, to finish it. It's a process. You've got to start it and you've got to finish it.
Yeah, that's something we've been working really hard on already in the gym. I think last year, two of the seniors that went out formed the core of our passing line. They were really, really good, Alyssa and Taylor.
Right.
So without them, there's a massive gap in our line. So we've been really just drilling passing.
Exactly.
A lot of passing and a lot of defense
Exactly.
already. Not so much on hitting, but I feel, like you said, hitting's the end result, right? So if we can't get the pass, what's the point of having the hitters?
That's exactly.
And, you know, with that being said, and I think Lila did a really good job last year doing that.
Thank you.
What games I watched. And,
Absolutely.
you know, we did a few of your games last year, so you did real well. And kind of wrapping up everything, Coach Neese, anything that comes to mind or anything that, there's a difference between being a volunteer and the person everybody goes to now.
Right.
What do you foresee, or what's some of the things? And I know it's still
Right.
we're still fresh and everything coming in.
Obviously last year I felt like I was more of the person to go to if like an athlete was upset. They'd come to me and like, oh, well, she said something, or like,
You were the
hey,
good cop.
Yes, absolutely. And I am more or less, they are seeing a totally different side of me this season. And I was scared of initially coming in just because I am more on the younger side. I am close to their age, so it's I didn't know how they would take my authority and like, you know, how they would come in respecting me, because like you had said, like you need respect in order to run a team, and if I don't respect them, they can't respect me, and vice versa. But I think it's been good. I think the first couple of open gyms, a couple of practices, they were a little still kind of stuck in the last year's mindset of kind of how they were doing and how they were playing and how they were practicing. But as we continue, I can see through the drills, like their mindset's changing and how hard they work and the effort they've put in. It's changing. And I'm really excited to see where they go this season.
Comment on that, girls? Any differences you see with her now?
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
A lot more firm.
Yes.
A little bit more. Room.
Yes.
Definitely a lot more firm. I do enjoy the discipline though.
Yes.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far, and I think the changes will be tough for a lot of the younger girls, but I think it is a very needed change if we want to see any success as a program.
That
And I
was a
think-
great answer.
I think we're going to see some really good things this season.
We're going to wrap up. Any last things anybody would like to say before we?
I'm just excited to have a good senior year.
Oh yeah, I'm very excited for this
Yes.
season and what to expect out of it.
We're going to wish you guys the best of luck.
Thank y'all for
Every
coming.
team in the region.
And we'll be doing some of your games and everything. So,
Yay.
with that being said, we'll wrap up for Perry County Central Lady Commodores, and thank y'all once again for coming. And when we come back after the break, and I'll have to look at my notes here. After we come back, we'll have the Hazard Lady Bulldogs. So thank you, and stay with us here on the Hometown 24's 14th Region Volleyball Media Day, presented by Papa John's Pizza. Stay with us.
My name is Emily, and I'm from Laurel County. When I was searching for a college, I wanted to find a place that felt like home and where I could make a difference. The moment I stepped on Alice Lloyd's campus, I knew this was where I belonged. There's a sense of community here and a focus on serving others that you can't find at other colleges. For me, it wasn't just about continuing education. It was about being a part of something bigger. Apply now to find your home at alc.edu.
This is the fourth app. I don't remember any of these passwords.
With so many subscriptions, it can be impossible to keep up.
Who said that?
Don't worry about who I am. Worry about all the money you're losing paying for all these subscriptions.
I have to use like 13 to watch all the shows I want to watch.
Then sign up for TVS. With TVS, you have all your favorite shows with just one bill. So stop throwing away money and throw away those subscriptions.
Magellan, what should we do with all this money we save by switching to TVS?
A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Come right to the source and get the region's best basketball coverage. HT24 puts you right in the middle of the action, and it's free to watch on Facebook. Watch the state's most exciting basketball right here with HT24.
For over 25 years, we fought for Kentuckians injured through no fault of their own. During that time, we've traveled all across the country to take that fight to some of the biggest insurance carriers and corporations in the world. That kind of dedication is what's needed to get every dollar you deserve. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle collision caused by someone else's fault, call Bates & Sloan right now and let us fight for you. The first consultation is free, and the attorney you see that first day will be the same attorney you see from the beginning of your case to the end. That's our promise to you at Bates & Sloan.
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance helps protect more than 474,000 Kentucky families and businesses. Many of our members have been with us for years, even decades. Perhaps it's because of the competitive rates or our unmatched service. Or maybe the biggest reason is they know they can count on Kentucky's insurance company to be there when it matters. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
We have determined that you have early onset Alzheimer's disease.
Why me? How could I have prevented this?
Research shows that reducing stress levels, not partaking in substance abuse, and being aware of safety measures are a few ways to prevent it.
So how quickly can this progress?
There's no definitive timeline. Everyone is different.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
TVS has made a commitment to bringing you the best channel lineups and most diverse video packages available. We are proud to introduce Broadband TV, our newest and most affordable video package yet. 48 of the most watched channels we offer, some new channels only available with this package, and over 300 of the best free ad-supported channels available, all for only $29.95.
My name is Colby, and I'm from Leslie County, Kentucky. I chose Alice Lloyd College because of the Appalachian Leader Scholarship, which covers my tuition. Attending Alice Lloyd College without worrying about the cost is priceless. Also, through the Student Work Program, ALC is helping me grow as a person. Here, I'm building character and leadership skills that will help me impact the future of the Appalachian region. Come visit us or learn more at alc.edu.
Welcome back to the campus of Knott County Central High School in the 14th Region Girls Volleyball. And I have to say girls, I haven't been saying girls because we do have boys volleyball available now. And it's presented by Papa John's Pizza. And once again, I'm Manus Blair, joined by Betty Von Caudle. And now we have the Hazard Lady Bulldogs and Coach Mitchell. And Coach Mitchell, your first year, and floor is open for you.
All right. Well, first, we appreciate Hometown 24, Papa John's, any sponsors that have enabled this media day. We wanted to take part in it simply because the promotion of the game is key. So really appreciate Hometown 24 doing this today. But yeah, I have quite a few seniors with me today, so I'll start off by introducing them, probably with a little bit of exposition on who they are and what they do for us. To my right is Mallory Mitchell. She is a senior. She's a setter. Savannah Combs is out senior as well. They're all seniors. She's an outside hitter, wears number 12 for us. Next is Carly Watts. She plays right side, primarily the opposite for us. Lucy Feltner is a backup setter, plays defensive specialist. On the far side is Addie Gent. She is also one of our setters. We run a 6-2. On the back row here behind us is Bailey Allen, primarily an opposite for us. Next is Haley Sell, defensive specialist and candidate for libero, right, Haley, this season as we sort through that. And then last but definitely not least is Abby Mullins. She's a front row, can play opposite or an outside hitter for us. So they are 8 of our 12 seniors currently on the roster. So, that creates a unique opportunity with some experience as we face this year, because basically we are a team that comes off 16-16 last year. We played Leslie County very tough in the first round of the district, but fell short. So we didn't advance to region. So our goals for this season are to start initially fight for that district seating, right? How important that is. And so we have a couple early tests with Leslie in our first week and Perry in our second week to try to get proper district seating and try to then advance on, and be in a proper position in district to then eventually try to compete at the region, which luckily for Hazard, districts at Perry and regions at Leslie. So not, Powell County was, I think, the district or the region last year. So a lot of stuff pretty close to home if we take advantage and do what we're supposed to do along the way.
Okay, Coach, sort of leading into what you were just talking about, I've been around volleyball for the last 33 years. The last 27 years, I coached at Letcher High School, Letcher County Central. I know that everybody's dream is to win the district and the region, but every team can't do that.
Right.
So for you, just to have it at the end of the season, look back and say, this was a successful year for the Hazard Lady Bulldogs. What does that look like for you?
That's a great question, and especially being a first-year head coach. We went to the University of Kentucky team camp coming straight out of dead period, and one evening we had a team meeting after some scrimmages against some private schools in Nashville, and maybe we didn't quite get the results that we would have hoped for. I said, girls, feel free to throw this back in my face down the road, but right now we're about process. We obviously, anytime we get on the floor, we want to win, right? That's inherent in any competition. But ultimately, this year is because of the heavy load of seniors we have, there is that immediate pressure to accomplish everything you can accomplish, but we also have to have an eye towards the future. So these girls, they're responsible for setting a certain level of competition, a certain level of culture for however long I'm a part of the program. So ultimately, yes, there is the results base. Would love to get to region. Let's compete. But success for us is far too many times when I look at past results, we either win 3-0 or lose 3-0. And so success for me will be after every game, do we compete for every point? And because the idea being that as we go through every match, as we go through every point, you never know when you're going to break through, right? You never know when you're going to find it. Being a first-year coach, I'm going to throw different lineups at different times to try to find. Now, if we go out and go undefeated, I won't really change much. But ultimately, yeah, we got to find the right mix and set the right culture for this year and beyond through maximum effort, every point, every set, every match.
And girls, when Coach is talking about that, how can the seniors perpetuate that, and how can you buy into Coach Mitchell and what you need to do to attain those particular goals?
Well, when we're seniors, it's the last chance to do anything. So it's really just about soaking everything in and really just making yourself realize that this is your last opportunity to do all of this, and to realize what you want to leave behind and realize what you want to set for the team itself.
Any other girls?
No, just with being our senior year, I just feel like we all want it to be the best we can possibly make it, and I think we'll all put in that effort as a team and as a class just to make everything the best we can.
I want to throw in there, I know you have 12 seniors. One year I had 15 seniors and went to the state tournament and had underclassmen playing that had started all year. So I feel where you're at. But girls, this is the thing. You guys have to remember that you once was a freshman too. You know how that felt when you stepped in there and those seniors were doing this. So you've got to, don't just shun them out like you said. They've got to be part of that team. You've got to mesh together. And if you get nothing else out of this, please get respect. These coaches work, and I'm sure he's watched film, and he's Kentucky team camp is a great place. I took my kids every year. But it's just to respect the social skills of the game, being a team on and off the floor. You don't have to be best friends, but you've got to be there for your teammates when they need you.
So speaking of respect, I don't know how many regional titles Manus has. 0. Okay, that's what I figured. But Betty Vaughn, how many regional titles did you win at Letcher?
24.
Yeah. So you don't have to listen to me at any point, but listen to this lady because looking through, I'm fairly new to the game. Admittedly, it became I became interested when this one became interested, and so my experience with the game really started. It coincided when UK won their national title, kind of in that COVID year, And from there, like so many that are new to it, that didn't play it growing up, is, you know, the enthusiasm of the game, what you just spoke about, the togetherness that you see on sidelines and with team. You know, you see a lot in softball as well, but just that energy that can be there if you want it to be there. And you spoke to it about your roster with 15 seniors. With 12, yeah, no different. We have some young talent. We return our top 3 leaders in kills. Well, 2 of them are going to be juniors this year. And so we talked about it at the beginning of the season, or in the off season, with our freshmen or our seniors. It was, what kind of senior do you want to be? Do you want to be a senior that is, because I'm a senior, I'm owed this? Or is it, because I'm a senior, I'm going to not leave anything to chance? I'm going to give you everything, whatever that may be. And, ultimately it boils down to an individual choice. But there's no doubt that there is challenge when you have some young talent. And even if we run a pretty heavy substitution pattern, you're talking 9 to 10 per, in a rotation at most.
But kids have to understand it's not always what's on the floor. You can contribute to a team and not spend all the time on the floor.
Absolutely.
And be a very high motivator of that team.
Yep.
I mean, you guys need to see that. Your coach is in a hard position, I understand that. Yep. And as a coach, you're going to play your best players. You have to.
Yep.
Everybody wants to win.
Yeah.
No.
And everybody wants to play, but there's a time and a place for everybody.
Right. And the one thing that we do benefit from these seniors is hopefully higher level competition within practices, right? And that's where contributions at times can be. So they have to approach practices with the same intensity as if they were going to play every point of every set.
That's a great answer.
Yeah. And to kind of echo some of that, and never been a volleyball coach, so I couldn't win it.
Fair enough. Well, me and you are the same right now, Manus, as far as that's concerned.
Understand something, and when I as he speaks, I see a lot of nodding of heads, and that's good, because as we've talked to other people, when Hometown 24 or any streaming group is doing your games, a lot of people are watching how you react to your coach, your teammates, and all, and that tells you more. And I think, speaking for a lot of people from Hazard High School, I think that's what they want you to be, is good teammates and good people and good leaders. And I think that goes along with what Betty Vaughn's talking about and you're talking about. Girls, anything?
I'll monopolize it. I'll just lay out for a minute, to use your all's jargon, and let them speak.
Anything that, as we wrap up here, anything that you would like to say to the world about your volleyball team, or about your teammates, or about the seniors, or about your underclassmen? Anybody?
Addie, you're over there. You've not spoken. Why don't you speak, Addie?
I'm just really looking forward to the senior season and giving it all we have.
Lucy, Carly, you are beside microphones. This is your chance.
I'm so thankful that we get to have this great opportunity with all of our friends, and I'm really excited to see where the season takes us, and I think we're going to be great.
I'm excited to see what happens when we actually get out on the court. I'm expecting a positive outcome, and all the effort we've put in and all the effort that Max and Brittany's put in is just crazy. Like, we're not used to this, and we're really excited to see where the season takes us. I got really high hopes for us.
Anybody on the back
that
row?
means, I can tell you now from that statement, that means you're doing your job.
Girls in the back.
Abby, Haley?
No, I'm okay.
Here's your opportunity.
This is your chance, because if not, I'm going to wrap it up with another rant.
I'm excited to play my last year, and I know I'm going to miss all y'all. And I had a really great time with y'all. Just wanted to let you know, and I appreciate you, Max.
Oh, appreciate that. You've gotten them, Betty Vaughn. We're going to pay Betty Vaughn, by the way, to come to practice. Yeah, you sure? Are you sure? Yeah, and the last thing I would say about us is, I think last year when Knott County won, they were the 5th team in the region to ever win, a regional title. And sometimes we fall guilty not knowing our own history. Well, Hazard's one of those 5. Now, we're not 24 with Betty Vaughn and the ones that have come since, but there is history within Hazard of past success. And so, as Betty Vaughn talked about, setting that culture, whether it's for 1 year or however many beyond for us, this year is about so much about honoring that past, building towards the future, and hopefully having success within this season.
And we wish you good luck, Coach.
Well, we sure appreciate it, Manus and Betty Vaughn. Thank you all very much.
And we'll be seeing you, and we'll be doing your games, and we will be positive.
And if they will as well, right?
So, thank you all, and good luck. And That's going to be the Hazard Lady Bulldogs. And when we come back, as I've said before, we will have another team, and that will be the Wolfe County Lady Wolves. So stay with us here on Hometown 24.
My name is Colby, and I'm from Leslie County, Kentucky. I chose Alice Lloyd College because of the Appalachian Leader Scholarship, which covers my tuition. Attending Alice Lloyd College without worrying about the cost is priceless. Also, through the Student Work Program, ALC is helping me grow as a person. Here, I'm building character and leadership skills that will help me impact the future of the Appalachian region. Come visit us or learn more at alc.edu.
Tucked deep within the rolling hills and ancient ridgelines of the Appalachian Mountains, Eastern Kentucky is a place where heritage runs deep and community runs deeper. Known for its coal mining legacy, bluegrass traditions, and fiercely proud people, this region tells a story of resilience, creativity, and quiet beauty. I'm going to take you along with me as I visit some different counties of Eastern Kentucky and explore what all this amazing region has to offer. Hi, I'm Rebecca McCauley, and this is Bluegrass and Backroads.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Home sweet home. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we've been providing our friends and neighbors the sweet dream of homeownership since 1960. We're proud to support the community we work and live in. That's why we take so much pride in providing competitive rates, low closing costs, and quick turnaround by local decision makers. Investing and growing our community is what we do. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we believe that there's no place like our home. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you're looking for a convenient pharmacy location with a friendly, caring staff, look no further than Heinemann Pharmacy, located inside the new Heinemann Primary Care Center. Our pharmacy is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 6:30, but always stays open until the last patient is seen. Whether you need to pick up your refills in our drive-thru, need a flavored medicine for your little ones, or something to feel better after a visit to the clinic, the Heinemann Pharmacy inside Primary Care has got you covered. Located at 425 Heinemann Bypass. Call the Heinemann Pharmacy at 785-0513.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
For over 100 years, Hayden Citizens Bank has been a community partner to Hayden and Leslie County. From the tens of thousands of dollars donated to our schools and local charities, to the events we sponsor, with hundreds of volunteer hours from our employees. Hayden Citizens Bank is committed to this community because we've been here for over a century. Locally owned and locally operated, no other bank will work for the people of Hayden and Leslie County like Hayden Citizens Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the campus of Knott County Central for 14th Region Girls Volleyball Media Day, presented by Papa John's Pizza. And we have the Lady Wolves of Wolfe County and Coach White with us. And Coach White, it's all up to you now.
First thing I want to do is thank Josh and Hometown 24 for putting on Media Day, publicizing our athletes. It's always a big deal to get our athletes, some exposure, especially down here in the mountains. There's a lot of people who don't know how much talent's down in the mountains. I got kids playing in colleges, but we've had to work so hard to get them out, to people to see them. So I appreciate Hometown 24 and what they're doing.
Ben, you want to go ahead and introduce?
Yeah, we'll. So to my immediate right here is GP. We call her G Money. She's Grace Ponce. She's our lib. To her right is Rayleigh, who's been out with some knee injuries. Rayleigh Land. She's kind of a utility player. She can set, pass, whatever we need her to do. And of course, probably no introduction needed for Nay.
Nope.
And then Tanae's right, Bella Brumback. She's like Rayleigh. She's a utility player. We use her for, of course, I say that, but most all of our kids are utility players. And to the far right of all of us has been released today from ACL surgery. Thank God. That's Abigail Noble.
Okay, Ben, I love this. Ben and I were just talking. We were, on a positive side, big enemies for years because we both had that blood that we wanted to win.
That's right.
And we would sit and argue during the game on the sideline while it's going on, but that was just me and Ben. But Ben, we know that everybody wants to win, the district, the region, but everybody can't do that. What to you is going to be a successful year? Take out the district and the region titles. At the end of the season, when you look back at your season, you can say this was a success. What is that? What does that entail?
Well, the first thing I thought of when you were saying that is I wanted to go back to Coach Wooden and say I'll let you know in 20 years because of the kids. But in all reality, last year was one of the, to the open public, they would have thought Wolf is down. All year I knew we wasn't. We were just injured. So I feel like any good that comes from this season will be from what they faced, the failure last year. We had won 2 back-to-back regional titles, and of course there's high expectations for volleyball in Wolf County, and that's the way we want it. We don't want it any other way. But rolling back in, I knew we were young. I knew it was going to be hard. But then it got even harder when Nay, it supposedly was sprained, but we were pretty sure it was broke, her ankle, and was out most of the season. And then Grace obviously got hurt in the hallway. So we took a lot of lumps, but I kept telling them that that's okay. This is just part of life, and we kept relating it back to life and how many times you could take blows and still get back up. And so I think the successful part from this season will come from the lessons learned last year. Now, to answer your question, a successful season, how would I explain it without titles? I would say that all of my kids have the most fun that they can have. Well, obviously nobody has fun losing, but I want them to have fun, and I want them to know and enjoy each other. On the way up here, I looked back and they're laughing, and I said, look, just know that, other than GP, the rest of you guys, this starts our season, and this may be one of the last times we're together. So enjoy every second of it.
Well, that's what I've told each team, girls. When you look back at this, if you get nothing else out of volleyball, it should be respect. These coaches, your parents, the fans, they put a lot of time in. I know I was a coach for 27 years, and I finally started getting home before dark, and I was like, oh, Lord, there is life before dark.
Yeah.
So I know what Ben and all these coaches do. When they leave the gym, and I'm sure all these coaches are the same, I worried about my girls all the time because they're my children.
Absolutely.
And I felt that for them, and when they felt bad, I felt bad. My job was to keep them motivated up, and Ben's correct. I wanted to win as bad as anybody else, but we didn't win every year, but we wanted to, and that's what we worked for every year. But my kids were a team, they were a family, they took care of each other. You got to remember, you seniors, you once were freshmen, you got to look back and think, when I was a freshman, how did I feel? And you want to bring those freshmen in there, because I'm sure Ben coaches his just like me. There was years that I would have 50 kids, but my number 1 to my number 50, we were all the same. There wasn't any of these, you go over there and sit and watch. All my kids were participating, because one year somebody said, bet you don't reload, you don't rebuild, you just reload. Well, if you're coaching, and Ben is a very good coach, okay, you don't really rebuild, you just reload, because all of y'all should be doing the same thing. And you seniors should be pushing these freshmen up, because just like he said, I had years that my big middle hitter would go down, and you're sitting there thinking, what do? I've got another hitter over here. I just need to bring them up. And you got to get that involved. I change rotation sometimes just because I didn't want my kids to feel like this is my spot. No, you've got to earn that spot. So we'd rotate and move people, But it's respect. You've got to have respect for your teammates, especially your coaches. Guys, I coached for years. When I'm in those bleachers, the first thing I look at is the respect of the team. I've looked and I have seen players, I thought, man, that's a great player. They are, but 20 seconds in my practice and they would be gone, because I can't handle the attitude. It's all about me. Sport is all about us. It's a team builder. It's social skills, stuff that you will use the rest of your life, I promise you. And I know there's days that you're looking thinking, oh man, he's grouchy, he's this. He is, and he pushes you, and he pushes you. That's because he knows you can do more. He expects the best out of you. I always tell my kids it's like a ladder. You get to this point, I'm going to say, oh, you've done a great job, now you got to do this. And they're thinking, I said, guys, there's no end to that ladder. I just keep adding rims to it. So, you need to remember that when you're going through the good and the bad. And Ben did go through the bad last year. But his head was always high. And he was even, I would notice, even when he did have injury, he was still pushing. Every girl that he put on that floor, he pushed. That's what a coach is for. And they're supposed to push you. They care about you before, during, and after, but during the game, it's, my mentality was totally different. I was there to push my kids to be the best that they could be as a team.
That's the thing. Like I told them all year last year, just believe what I'm telling you. You will play for a regional title, and they did. I knew we were that good. I knew we were, but I had to have enough time to put them all together.
Right. And I think we said that, me and Benjamin both said 11 and 19 is not Wolf County.
Yeah, that's
you can't go by this. You can't go by that.
Yeah, but for the most part, just from the public eye, most people were thinking we had a down year, because the expectations for us is and we've said that, and we're proud of that, and we'll always own it. So anytime we have a down year, we'll own that, because that's just part of it. We won't point blame at nobody or make any excuses, because if somebody goes down, that's like you said, but that's why you got a team. Next man up.
And kind of changing gears now, Naomi, you were the 14th Region Player of the Year. At where do you take your game this year?
I plan on taking it, instead of just being one positional player, I want to work on everything. Working on being a libero if our libero gets hurt, being a setter if Abby goes back down, being an opposite, playing middle, just working on all around positions, because in order to have a title of being one of the best players in the region, you have to be better than just one thing. And that's what I want to do. Obviously, I've gotten better, but I want to excel as far as I can before I graduate.
Ben?
I was asked out in the hallway, is there any way that Nay could have gotten better? And I said, you know what? Just to be honest with you, like, I know you're going to, and it was Coach Mitchell from Hazard asked me that, and I said, just to be honest with you, like, she's gotten a lot better. That's just the truth. Like, if you could see her practice right now, like I'm trying to sell her to Division I colleges as a libero right now. She's put on that much to her game. She could literally go and play, like she could set for a team. She could be a libero. I mean, her game has literally raised to the next level, and this is the pay we get, Bets, is like the things we talk about, and my girls will tell you, like, yeah, coach, spend a lot of time talking during practice. I do that because I don't want them to ever not hear my voice, because everything that comes out of my mouth to them, I will live it, and it's the truth.
Exactly.
And for them to, like, Abby's down, Rayleigh's out, and now Emily broke her ankle 2 or 3 days ago, so we're down another hitter. What I'm starting to see is, like, Nay raising her game, GP, Bella. Like, Bella's had the best off season of her life, and like last year, in the regional finals, you wouldn't believe the difference in GP. Like, in the regional finals, she was a little bit shaky. She hadn't been there, but now, like, she's a dog. Like, nothing, there's no phasing her. So, like, they've all raised their game to a level because they knew they had to. Their teammates went down, so we got to raise our, our game. And that's the thing. It's about the work ethic. One man goes down, everybody got to work harder, and the next person's got to step up.
Exactly.
And as we wrap up, Abigail, would you like to say anything about, would you like to be an outside hitter?
I'm not so sure about that. I'll
I had
let
to ask
Nene
you
keep
that.
her spotlight.
Girls, anything you would like to add as we wrap up? Grace?
I think that going into this season, I think I'm just excited to be with my team and spend one more year with them because
I think I'm just sad that it's over. Like, it's almost over, and I'd only get one more year with my favorite people in the world, and it sucks. But it's life, and you got to go on with it. But at least I get one more year with my best friends.
I'm just thankful for the opportunity of having a coach as good as I do and having teammates that always support me for my accomplishments. And even if I do fail, they're still there for me whenever things don't go our way. But that's what a family is, and this team is a family. Obviously, we have our hardships, but we have a lot more good memories than we do bad.
Even the challenges that we do go through this year, I just want our team to really just come together and know that we are a family, and I want to have the best last year that we possibly can before we go off.
Coach, anything, last things as we wrap up?
Just, I mean, there's a million things I could say about my kids. Bess knows how this is, and I always get emotional talking about them. I don't know, because I love my kids. And there's no way you spend as much time with these girls as we do. And you love them just like your own. I've got 2 daughters, and I love these girls just like I do them. And I tell them all the time, day or night, don't matter. I'll be right there. I'll be your biggest fan. And I mean that, and they know it. And win, lose, or draw, like, yeah, we're out to win a title, and that's what our goal is. We'll shoot for that. But if we don't, I'll still thank God for the many blessings He bestowed upon me to be their coach and to get to be a small part of their life.
And just like Kevin Nichols always told me, the sun will shine tomorrow.
That's right.
Abigail, would you like to add something?
I just want to say thank you to the amazing coaches and coaching staff and my family, as in my team. And I just want to say thank you for all the memories, and I hope this year is the best year by far.
I want to thank you all for coming.
Thank you all.
Appreciate Coach.
It's-
And your compensation always will not be in money. Your compensation will be 10 to 12 to 15 to 20 years down the road.
That's exactly right. And you don't want, there's never any time that I've tried to negotiate money for my, contract. I don't even worry about that. you know, because I'd do it for free, and I would. Now, our superintendent would probably see this, and he'd be like, bro, so. I'm going to say no takebacks, though.
But we do want new uniforms.
Yeah. That's what, there was a coach that forgot to order them, so y'all remember who that was?
No.
I didn't think so.
They didn't throw you.
I didn't think so.
We'll say it was Kendra. That's what we'll
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it, girls.
Thank you.
And
Thank
with
you.
that being said, that's a wrap for Wolf County. And their next team on the list is the Buckhorn Lady Wildcats. So stay with us. We'll be right back with the Buckhorn Lady Wildcats. Stay with us on Hometown 24.
For over 100 years, Hayden Citizens Bank has been a community partner to Hayden and Leslie County. From the tens of thousands of dollars donated to our schools and local charities to the events we sponsor, with hundreds of volunteer hours from our employees. Hayden Citizens Bank is committed to this community because we've been here for over a century. Locally owned and locally operated, no other bank will work for the people of Hayden and Leslie County like Hayden Citizens Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For over 25 years, we fought for Kentuckians injured through no fault of their own. During that time, we've traveled all across the country to take that fight to some of the biggest insurance carriers and corporations in the world. That kind of dedication is what's needed to get every dollar you deserve. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle collision caused by someone else's fault, call Bates & Slum right now and let us fight for you. The first consultation is free, and the attorney you see that first day will be the same attorney you see from the beginning of your case to the end. That's our promise to you at Bates & Slum.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
My name is Emily, and I'm from Laurel County. When I was searching for a college, I wanted to find a place that felt like home and where I could make a difference. The moment I stepped on Alice Lloyd's campus, I knew this was where I belonged. There's a sense of community here and a focus on serving others that you can't find at other colleges. For me, it wasn't just about continuing education. It was about being a part of something bigger. Apply now to find your home at alc.edu.
This is the fourth app. I don't remember any of these passwords.
With so many subscriptions, it can be impossible to keep up.
Who said that?
Don't worry about who I am. Worry about all the money you're losing paying for all these subscriptions.
I have to use like 13 to watch all the shows I want to watch.
Then sign up for TVS. With TVS, you have all your favorite shows with just one bill. So stop throwing away money and throw away those subscriptions.
Magellan, what should we do with all this money we save by switching to TVS?
A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Come right to the source and get the region's best basketball coverage. HT24 puts you right in the middle of the action, and it's free to watch on Facebook. Watch the state's most exciting basketball right here with HT24.
For over 25 years, we fought for Kentuckians injured through no fault of their own. During that time, we've traveled all across the country to take that fight to some of the biggest insurance carriers and corporations in the world. That kind of dedication is what's needed to get every dollar you deserve. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle collision caused by someone else's fault, call Bates & Slum right now and let us fight for you. The first consultation is free, and the attorney you see that first day will be the same attorney you see from the beginning of your case to the end. That's our promise to you at Bates & Sloan.
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance helps protect more than 474,000 Kentucky families and businesses. Many of our members have been with us for years, even decades. Perhaps it's because of the competitive rates or our unmatched service. Or maybe the biggest reason is they know they can count on Kentucky's insurance company to be there when it matters. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
We have determined that you have early onset Alzheimer's disease.
Why me? How could I have prevented this?
Research shows that reducing stress levels, not partaking in substance abuse, and being aware of safety measures are a few ways to prevent it.
So how quickly can this progress?
There's no definitive timeline. Everyone is different.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Welcome back to the campus of Knott County Central as 14th Region Girls Volleyball, and presented by Papa John's. And we have the Buckhorn Lady Wildcats and Coach Walker. And thank you, girls and Coach, for coming. And Coach?
Thank you all for having us, and I want to thank all the sponsors and stuff that made this event possible and invited us to come to this. I'm here today with my 5 seniors, and I would like to let them introduce themselves.
I'm Shyla Riley, and I'm a senior outside hitter.
My name is Reagan Mayhew. I'm a senior, and I'm a middle.
My name is Ashlyn Adams. I'm a senior, and I'm a middle.
My name is Chastity Turner. I'm a senior, and I'm an opposite hitter.
My name is Haley Blank, and I'm the setter.
Okay, Coach, I've been in volleyball for years and years. I know that everybody, my successful year would be to win the district and the region. We know that everybody can't do that. That's the way it's supposed to be. But just look back and just think at the end of this season, if you look back, what's a successful season look like for your team?
For us, I just want it to be that these girls are getting along, that they're working as a team, and that they have bonded and grew a relationship that they can take with them, lifelong. Make lifelong friends, because in this sport, you need people to back you up and stuff. And that's really all I can ask for them, though, granted, we want to win. We want to make a presence there, because it's been quite a few years since we have. So we just want to work hard and show, we could be there.
And, going into that, and, it's been 2020 since Buckhorn made the regional tournament. What does this team need to do? And girls, you can chime in too. What can you do inside the 54th district to make it to the regional tournament, which will be held at Leslie County High School?
Yes, it will. And a lot of what it to us needs to be is working our offense, getting used to each other, because some of us are in different positions this year. Granted, Haley stepped up to setter, and then we have Chastity that is being our opposite hitter and stuff. And then just learning, different people in different spots. Some of them are still in the same spot, so that helps. But having each other's back. And these girls have been together for multiple years. So I think that helps with their friendship and keeps them together and lets them work together.
Girls, in other words, what will it take for your teammates and your coaching staff and your school to make it to that regional tournament that you really want to get to and be a contender in the 54th district?
Yeah, so I think we are first going to build off our friendship, because we've all been together for so long. So I think you have to have that base first, and then you add your skills onto that, and it just makes it so much better. And I think we really have just sat down and talked about what we want to do this year, and we want to make a little noise, because being from a smaller school, you do get counted out a little bit. So we want to make sure that nobody counts us out this year, and we're going to put in the work to do that.
Anybody else?
I think that from our school, we need faith. Because we need the faith that we can succeed. We need our team to believe in us, our school, the students, the staff, and all of the community around us to believe.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But girls, I will tell you, a lot of that will come from the respect that you show your coach, your parents, and your fans. I've coached for years. I've been around volleyball for years, coaching, watching, helping, whatever. Respect is the biggest thing I can tell you that you need. Through the good times, you're going to have good times, you're going to have bad times, but you've got to keep respect and you've got to keep that team. I always tell my teams that we're family. You know, you may lose a game, but you're still a family.
Yeah.
When you leave the gym, it's not so-and-so's fault. We're a team. We win together, we lose together. If you can keep that respect and that team bonding, and guys, you've got to respect your coaches, respect your parents. They put in a lot of time for this. And respect those people that come and watch these games.
Yeah.
It means a lot. Mr. Manus and I, we're going to be on TV, you know, announcing, bringing out all the positives and stuff. But you guys, you need to play your game, have fun being with each other, and trust me, these coaches it's like they're volunteering to do that. And you know what? If I went back, I would have volunteered to coach. I love being with my kids. I love the game of volleyball. Coach brings us right into the next question, so I'll quit talking. In the last 4 or 5 years, volleyball has really grown in this area. What do you contribute to that?
It is. It has grown majorly. And one thing that I feel helps me grow as a coach and to help this sport grow is I played for multiple years. I played through high school, and I played some for Alice Lloyd up until I couldn't play any longer. And I'm just grateful for that because that gives me the knowledge to teach these girls some things that they might not have known if they've had coaches that, you know, haven't played and haven't been in a position like they have been. And I feel like it just helps benefit and makes me able to show them things.
And girls, let me tell you, 15, 20 years ago, you could have walked out mid-season and said, these are the top 4 teams. One of these 4 teams is going to win this regional tournament. Now you can't do that. And please don't ever put down because I'm from a small school. I play for small schools. I coach small schools. My kids were always, I made them feel, I always said I wasn't the best coach in the world, but I can motivate a rock to turn over. So that was my job, I knew that. But I had to make sure that my kids understood that when we walked on that floor, we was as good as anybody else. So it has nothing to do with your size of your school. It has to do with your heart and just the work that you individually and then as a team put into that. Now, you've got 10 or 12 teams that can win this regional tournament every year, and it's so much better. Now, me, when I was coaching, I wanted to win. Okay, that was my job. I just wanted to, but we were okay with, we didn't win every game, okay? But my kids knew we was going to work hard like that every day. They knew they was going to work to win. But they were always positive. Even from a loss, we came back with a positive when we came in knowing this is what we've got to work for.
And that's what you got to have.
Yes, keep that positivity. Don't sell yourself short because I'm from a small school.
And you know, going into that, you've got a first-year coach.
Yes.
What, and I know it's still fresh in the season.
Yeah.
What has she brought to you, or what's some of the things that she's brought to you that has been different? What kind of motivation has she provided to you, or is it a cumulative kind of thing, all that put together? Just kind of speak to what she has brought to the Buckhorn program.
One thing Ms. Walker has really instilled in us is that, and like you guys were saying, that any team in this region can walk in on a given night and you can't count them out. So anyone could walk in, and if it's their night, it's their night, and they could win that game, and you might not think that they could. So you really can't count anyone out. So she really just tries to instill in us to not sell ourselves short, and that if we work just as hard as anyone else, so, and we deserve it just as much as anyone else. So she just instills that hard work into us. And I think with her having so much experience in the volleyball world, that it provides that level of trust, because you know she does know what she's talking about, and you might not know what you're talking about, but she definitely does. So you take what she says and you put it out on the floor, and it's most likely going to work. So yeah, and I'm glad that she got to help us assist last year, because that also built that level of trust too.
Anyone else? Vance, you got anything else?
No, I just want to say best of luck, girls, and like you said, don't sell yourself short. And don't look at these other teams and say, oh, they do this. Every team is different. Every team has a positive and negatives that you need to work on. So
always.
And you know, as seniors, you owe it to your juniors, your sophomores, your freshmen, your 8th graders, and even those that are sitting in the stands that are smaller children that are going to be taking your place one day at Buckhorn.
Yep.
You owe it to them, because at once upon a time, and I'll say this for Betty Vaughn, she coached at Letcher High School, which was a small school. She started at the lowest of levels, and she brought it to a regional contender.
Yep.
You can do the same.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Anything else, y'all, as we wrap up here? Anything else anybody would like to say?
Yeah, I just want to say that I'm really proud of us as a group. We've all been playing together for a really long time, and I think we've done a really good job at taking what we've seen from past years that we didn't like and just coming together and working as a group and changing it. And I'm really glad that being from Buckhorn, we get to play for something bigger than ourselves, and like you said, those little kids, and we work really close with them. So I'm just glad, you know, you put on that jersey and it's something bigger than you, so it's bigger than the game. So yeah, I'm just proud of us.
Girls, I seen you play at Letcher County Central a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
You have a lot of positives to build from there, and Coach said that everybody wasn't there every day. That's what summer ball is all about, is people changing, doing different things. But you have a lot of positives to build from.
It is, and that's what I told them. I told them, you know, I see things that we need to work on. I was like, but that's what summer ball is for. I was like, and we can fix that, because we were missing people pretty much every game we played through summer. But also that helps the younger ones get inspired to work with our older girls and helps give them some knowledge too. So I really feel like that helped us this summer. And then we're just looking forward to being back into our gym, because last season we got in right at tournament time. So all we got to do was host the tournament, really. And we're just excited to be back.
And we appreciate y'all coming in. Look forward to doing some of your games.
Thank you for having us, and we're excited.
And thank you, girls. Anybody else would like to add anything before?
I just want to say I'm looking forward to playing our last season with these girls. We've made a lot of memories on and off the floor, and I'm looking forward to making some more memories.
Anyone else? And that was the Buckhorn Lady Wildcats. And Coach Walker, thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
And next on the list will be the Knott County Central Lady Patriots. So stick with us here on Hometown 24.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
TVS has made a commitment to bringing you the best channel lineups and most diverse video packages available. We are proud to introduce Broadband TV, our newest and most affordable video package yet. 48 of the most watched channels we offer, some new channels only available with this package, and over 300 of the best free ad-supported channels available, all for only $29.95.
My name is Colby, and I'm from Leslie County, Kentucky. I chose Alice Lloyd College because of the Appalachian Leader Scholarship, which covers my tuition. Attending Alice Lloyd College without worrying about the cost is priceless. Also, through the Student Work Program, ALC is helping me grow as a person. Here, I'm building character and leadership skills that will help me impact the future of the Appalachian region. Come visit us or learn more at alc.edu.
Tucked deep within the rolling hills and ancient ridgelines of the Appalachian Mountains, Eastern Kentucky is a place where heritage runs deep and community runs deeper. Known for its coal mining legacy, bluegrass traditions, and fiercely proud people, this region tells a story of resilience, creativity, and quiet beauty. I'm going to take you along with me as I visit some different counties of Eastern Kentucky and explore what all this amazing region has to offer. Hi, I'm Rebecca McCauley, and this is Bluegrass and Backroads.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head to head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Home sweet home. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we've been providing our friends and neighbors the sweet dream of homeownership since 1960. We're proud to support the community we work and live in. That's why we take so much pride in providing competitive rates, low closing costs, and quick turnaround by local decision makers. Investing and growing our community is what we do. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we believe that there's no place like our home. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you're looking for a convenient pharmacy location with a friendly, caring staff, look no further than Heinemann Pharmacy, located inside the new Heinemann Primary Care Center. Our pharmacy is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 6:30, but always stays open until the last patient is seen. Whether you need to pick up your refills in our drive-thru, need a favorite medicine for your little ones, or something to feel better after a visit to the clinic, the Heinemann Pharmacy inside Primary Care has got you covered. Located at 425 Heinemann Bypass. Call the Heinemann Pharmacy at 785-0513.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
Welcome back to the campus of Knott County Central High School here at, I guess we call this the Morton Combs Athletic Complex on and I haven't mentioned that today, B.B. King Court. And final team will be the Knott County Central Lady Patriots of our 14th Region Media Day, which is presented by Papa John's Pizza. And Betty Vaughn, it's been a nice day, and we Josh Cornett and all the Hometown 24 crew had invited everybody in, and those that could make it today, we thank all those and all those people that came to recognize their players and their coaches in the 14th region. So, with that being said, we have Coach Cornett and the Lady Patriots of Knott County Central, the defending 14th region champions, and Coach Cornett, thank you for coming today.
Thank you guys for coming.
And the floor is yours.
Well, I'm Shay Cornett, and I'll let the girls introduce themselves.
I'm Zoe. I'm Avery.
I'm Ava. I'm Avery again.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Lily. I'm Samara.
Girls, what grade are you in and what position do you play?
I'm a junior and I'm a setter and an opposite hitter.
I'm a senior and I'm a setter.
I'm a senior and I'm an outside.
I'm a junior libero DS.
I'm a senior and I'm an outside.
I'm a junior setter and DS. I'm a senior in a middle.
Shay,
Yes, ma'am.
I've been where you've been, regional champions, coming back. I know that's a big high. I know you lost some great players from last year, but you also have some great athletes coming back. Taking away the district and the region titles, I know that's what everybody works for. At the end of the season, what does a successful season look like to you, not including the district and the region titles?
Well, we've only had one of those, so I can answer a lot more to the contrary. I just want the girls to learn the game. I want them to learn outside the game about what a team sport brings to your life and what you learn from that. And I tell them all the time, you're not going to agree with everybody, you're not going to get along with everybody, but when you leave the confines of this school, you're going to get out in that big world, and you're going to have to work with people that aren't like you, and you're going to have to learn that to get to the goal of whatever that area is of your life, that you're going to have to learn to get along with people. And that's a big thing about team sports and showing up for other people, you know, and things like that. So I think if you end your season, regardless of how you end it, if you accomplish that and you improved throughout the year, you know, that's really what you're reaching for. Now, obviously, there is a bigger goal at the end, but you're not going to get that every year. And so you have to have goals within your team that you try to strive for too.
You know, how do you continue the momentum? You know, you go undefeated in the region. How do you continue that momentum coming into this year? And, you know, as we look here, a lot of veteran experience. You lost 4 seniors. How do you continue that momentum?
Well, it's an adjustment for sure. I know that group that we just graduated, they were freshmen when I came to start helping here. So that was a big loss. But I feel like, you know, we had injuries last year, and other people had to step up and take on roles that maybe they didn't feel like they were ready for, but they succeeded, and they improved, and that did help us this year, even though it felt like, you know, it was not good last year. I feel like that helped prepare them, and you just have to, it's a mindset. And it's hard. You don't want to rest on what you did the year before. And that's hard to make them understand that just because you did it once doesn't mean you're automatically going to do it again. And so you just have to kind of reset and figure out your new system and how everybody works together. And it'll be an adjustment, but I think we'll be okay. I'm looking forward to it.
Because I want to push the word respect. I've coached for years. I've been around it. I've taught for 33 years. And the one thing I always push my kids is respect. These coaches don't get rich coaching. And I'm sure they're like me. They would coach for free. I love the game. I love being with my kids. But now I'm a spectator up in the bleachers. It's a total different role for me. I sit up there and I'm trying to tell everybody around me what to do, and they're like, "Bitch, who cares," you know. But the one thing that I look at is the respect of the team, the players with each other, and when this lady or her husband takes you out of the game and, you know, shrugging shoulders and rolling eyes and stuff, that's the most negative thing that people in the bleachers do not want to see that. And I've said for years, so-and-so was a great player. They are with a terrible attitude. And I said 20 seconds in my practice and they would be gone. Because there's things that I just would not put up with, and that's one thing. And I never had no superstars or heroes on my team. We were all one big team. And Shay is getting ready to experience what I've went through, and you girls are too. You're coming back now from a regional title, so you've got that bullseye on your chest. And I always tell my kids, I love having that there because you know where you're at, you know where you stand. And it's not a bad thing that everybody wants to beat you. It's going to make you work harder because you can't come in here now and just have a fun day like, oh, we're playing so-and-so, you know. Can't have fun days because you've got that bullseye now. Now, yes, you will probably lose a game, it's not the end of the world, but that bullseye is on you there for a reason because you were the #1 team last year.
Yeah, body language. We preach body language is a big thing. I mean, I've got 4 kids of my own, and it's an everyday talk. You know, you better fix that. You'll hear me say, "Fix your face" a lot, and most of the time that means, it's not good in here, and you don't have to agree with everything, and you can be upset. I want you to be upset when you're not playing well. I think that's awesome. That means that you're a competitor, and you're striving. I do like that. But you have to be able to reset and fix it all here. Because if I'm a coach and I see a girl on the other side of the net, especially, that her body language is awful, I'm going to go to her.
Exactly.
And I would expect the same thing. And I tell them that, you do have, that just puts a target on you if you don't have good body language. And I'm not going to reward that either. So I'm like you, I'm going to set you down. I don't care for that.
And girl, Shay and I, for years, I was coaching and she was refereeing, so
Yeah, you were my first game I ever refereed.
If you've ever watched me on the sideline, it's like a wild animal pacing all the time. And I'm sure there was a lot of times that Shay wanted to pull that yellow card and just say, "Bet, stop. You're 20 points ahead or whatever, or you're 20 behind, just let it go." But that's what you're facing, guys, is you want to be, every team in this region wants to be the best team. I know that. I lived it, we breathed it, we worked it, and it is a big thing. You're coming back and you lost some great players, but I do know you have some great athletes coming back.
Yeah.
And years ago, like I've said, you had 3 or 4 teams that mid-season, those were the teams that's going to win the region. One of those 4 teams. Now, it's pretty much wide open.
Yeah.
Any team on any given night can be beaten, and that's why I said you guys or no other team can walk in there and say, "Oh, we're playing so and so. We just have a big time." You can't do that anymore because volleyball. And Shay, this is a question. Last 4 or 5 years, volleyball has increased talent-wise so much in this region. What do you contribute? What's made that change?
Well, I feel like, we have, the last several years tried to venture out and play outside of the region and play harder teams. And, you go and you learn things. Like we just got back from camp and I told them, I said, "I want you to learn and I'm here to learn." We're all learning. And that's what I think you have to do is you have to venture out. And even if you're going to get your hind end kicked, you got to get out. That's how you get better. You're not going to get better playing, a cupcake team. You're just not. And so you have to go out and you have to put in the work and learn things because it's ever changing.
And you do play the Bluegrass State games.
Yeah,
correct?
Friday starts, yeah.
I know when I coach, people would say, "How did you do this?" I said, "I played from Belfry to Louisville."
Yeah.
Whoever called, that's where we went. And yeah, we did lose games, but I guarantee we learned something from every game. Yeah. Win or lose, we learned something from every game we played, and that's the whole purpose.
Yeah.
Going back to the leadership and loss of seniors, and this goes to the girls' answer. At what point have you all taken a different lead, knowing that the 4 seniors are gone? What have you, in your own mindset, brought that will make this team that contender for the 14th region?
Well, I feel like Ellie was kind of our leader the whole year last year. If we were getting down, she brought us all together and told us, calm down, just give them a second and get back together. And I feel like we need to all come together and continue to be a leader because we lost her, so.
Not everybody at once.
Taylor?
I don't have anything.
Anybody?
Samara, what do you got?
Well, it's it's different being a senior, knowing that everybody looks up to you. You just feel like you always have to be your best for the younger ones. And being a senior, you understand what it actually takes because there's nobody there to kind of carry you through it. You just have to do it yourself.
And I can throw this back. I had Samara as a 5th grader. No, as a 5th grader. And, Shay has been there in my grade school when I was coaching grade school volleyball. And it was the same as high school. We were competitive and wanted to win. And she stepped in as a 5th grader and was starting on my varsity team. So she, and I'm sure some of you guys understand what it is to be an underclassman and be part of that older team also, and how important it is to bring those younger kids and make them feel like they're part of you, because eventually, and I know Shay, she's here to win games, and it's not I'm going to play you because you're a senior. She's going to play you because you're the best she's got. And you've got to bring those younger kids in, and they've got to feel part, and they have to feel comfortable on the floor. I know last year Shay had to go to some backup players, and you could tell it was a struggle for a couple of games. You can see that in the bleachers. But it's your all's job to bring those kids, those younger players in and say, you're here because you're good enough to be here. And then you've got to put that faith in them and let them play.
Yeah, I will say these older girls have been very, very helpful with the younger ones. You know, I've got an 8th grader and I think 5 freshmen on my varsity this year, and they have really done a good job, you know, encouraging them. And you do have to. You're exactly right. We had a little freshman that in just a summer game, you know, shanked a pass way back here. And Justin was line judging, and he looked at her and said, you're out here because we know you can do it. And he said those same things to her. And I do think you have to just keep telling them. And once won't do it. You know, you have to tell them over and over, and that's okay.
But you know, the thing about it is, and we've said it several times here today, is, and you all don't really understand this, but you will really understand this, that people watching you on TV, people watching you in the bleachers, people just talking to you, they think the world of a team that's won a region.
It does mean something to your community, I do, but
and
I believe that.
It means a great deal to them. So never take that lightly. I know she doesn't, because you can hear it in her voice. But as a viewer of sports, those small kids one day will be in your shoes. And it's up to you as a Knott County Central Lady Patriot to do your best for that lady right there and for that guy back there. So that being said, you know, we got to wrap up here. Anybody got anything on that they would like to say, girls? Anybody? Last words? Last words of wisdom?
I do, actually.
All right, Lily.
I just want to say that being a part of a team like this is really special to all of us. And knowing that no matter what, we're all going to work together. We're all going to pat each other on the back. We're going to lift each other up. And especially for those younger kids, if say I got hurt, which ankle right now, but besides that, and if I see a younger person go into my spot, it's never going to be jealousy. It's always going to be, I know that you can do this, and I'm always going to be there to lift somebody up. Everybody that's sitting here, anybody that's not here, anybody that's going to be coming into practice later, and being a part of a team like this is really special. And just if you have the chance, then do it, because no matter what, you're going to just gain a big group of new friends that are going to be there for you no matter what.
I like it, Lily.
And Shay is going to, people in the past would say, Bets, how do you rebuild every year? I didn't rebuild, I just reloaded every year, because my freshmen or 8th graders were in the gym. You know, there was years that I would have 50 players. But every child on that team was just as important, number 1 through 50. Everybody done the same thing. So I never had to rebuild, I just reloaded. These 4 left, and I pulled 4 more up because they were ready to go. It was their year. And they all understand, and that comes from the coaching staff, the parents. I always say, guys, you can have beautiful stuff written on paper, but until you win her program and you take it, then it's not going to go, and she can't do anything with it until you guys buy her program. And Shay, you went from refereeing to coaching. I think you've done a great job. I love to see the teams that have the respect. You don't even have to be the best athletes to win a game. The team that has the most respect will win the game because they listen more, and they're more family-like. And you guys will figure that out, I promise you, because you're coming back as regional champions. That's a lot different than just coming back as just a team. It really is. Because now everybody is, I know all of Knott County is, you guys were regional champions last year, and they just expect you to be regional champions again. People don't understand. I loved it. I put all the pressure on me. I took it off my kids. we wanted to win, and it's great to win, and it's okay to lose, but I always took the pressure that if we lost, that was my fault.
Yeah.
And I'm sure every coach is that way, but I built my kids up that we're going to compete. We're as good, when we step on that floor, we're as good as anybody that we compete against. And that's why you've got to look at every game, every day of practice. But I promise you, if you get nothing out of this, it's social skills and respect. I love the game of volleyball. I could talk about it all day. I love it. I love to watch it. Maintenance is like bedside, I already know that. But I promise you guys, the respect from the bleachers makes a world of difference.
It's about so much more than that game. And I tell them that I'm like you, I love volleyball. And I want you to learn volleyball, and I want you to love it like I love it. But the real truth of the matter is, you're not going to be playing it later in life. When you're my age, you might pick it up every now and then.
Technically,
Well,
sports flex season.
Yeah, well, not really though. But the stuff you learn, that character traits that you learn in any team sport, it will take you much farther than volleyball will take you in life, and that's the truth.
Girls, anything before we wrap up? Any last words?
I promise they're not this quiet normally.
What else? I know you have something.
Well, I feel like this team has definitely shaped me into the person that I am. And having my sister that was here definitely made me love the game of volleyball, because I had her to look up to. When I was down, she would be like, hey, you know what, it's fine, we all mess up. And I feel like even the little girls need somebody to say that to them. And it was definitely fun having my sister play volleyball.
Yeah, we always have sisters, I guess. I've got a set coming up this year, so we graduated early. Yeah.
Anybody else?
Thank you guys for
thank
covering
you.
this and all covering our whole season. And
Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you. We're going to practice now.
Yeah.
I'll stay around. No. But anyway, thank y'all for coming. And, not County Central is our last team, but when we come back, we're going to finalize everything and talk a little bit more about volleyball, and then I guess we'll listen to it rain or whatever it may be. But we would like to thank Lady Patriots and Coach Cornick for being.
Thank you all so much.
So with that being said, we'll be right back in a minute. We'll wrap it up here on Hometown 24.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
For over 100 years, Hayden Citizens Bank has been a community partner to Hayden and Leslie County. From the tens of thousands of dollars donated to our schools and local charities to the events we sponsor, with hundreds of volunteer hours from our employees. Hayden Citizens Bank is committed to this community because we've been here for over a century. Locally owned and locally operated, no other bank will work for the people of Hayden and Leslie County like Hayden Citizens Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For over 25 years, we fought for Kentuckians injured through no fault of their own. During that time, we've traveled all across the country to take that fight to some of the biggest insurance carriers and corporations in the world. That kind of dedication is what's needed to get every dollar you deserve. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle collision caused by someone else's fault, call Bates & Sloan right now and let us fight for you. The first consultation is free, and the attorney you see that first day will be the same attorney you see from the beginning of your case to the end. That's our promise to you at Bates & Sloan.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Welcome back to Knott County Central, and it's been a wonderful day here at the 14th Region Girls Volleyball. We've had a lot of good teams in here to talk, coaches, a lot of good stuff going on, and for those that came, we really appreciate everybody had an opportunity to come, and for those that took advantage of it, we appreciate it greatly, and looking forward to the 2025 volleyball season. Betty Vaughn, any last words here?
I just want to say I've had a blast today just being able to talk to these coaches, these young ladies that really put a lot of time into this sport. You can see by talking to these teams why there's so much growth in volleyball. And I want to say especially thanks to Mr. Bill Grigsby. He and I have coached against each other for years in grade school, high school. I know he's not going to be physically here on the floor this year, but he'll be in the stands. Bill and Janet have contributed a lot to not only volleyball, but to all sports here in Eastern Kentucky. So I want to personally thank those guys for all the support that they've given to me, and I wasn't even from Knott County. So I can imagine, you know, but it takes people like that
Support
makes
people.
this, exactly, that
and
makes these sports.
And it necessarily doesn't have to be money, it can be time, and of course, both the Grigsbys have given time to the people of Knott County, and especially in volleyball and other aspects.
And there are other people, but I just, like I said, Bill and I have gotten close over the years, so, and you're right.
And
it's
to have
not-
a successful
exactly.
program, you got to have support people out there. And, you know, one thing too, and today, kind of in Knott County and surrounding mountain counties, this is the 3rd year anniversary of the flood, and we still pray for those people that are still in a bad way, and those kinds of things. So hopefully volleyball, football, and the other sports can alleviate some of those problems. And just with that being said too, we will have a schedule out for volleyball and football. Be looking for that on our web page and on YouTube, Facebook. And we thank, once again, we thank all those people that make it happen. We thank Hometown 24 and all the crew that does such a wonderful job of bringing sports to you, the viewers of Eastern Kentucky. And with that being said, Bets,
I want to encourage,
anything?
I just want to encourage people to come out.
Yeah,
and
if you can't watch us, come out.
Come out and
They need
support
it.
these teams. And I know that there's people who can't come out. That's what we're going to be on the radio. We hope that we do, on TV. We hope that we do the best job we can to cover every team, every position, every player.
And it was kind of nice today to put a face to a number.
Yes.
You know, and, you know, some of these ladies, to see their character and see what kind of, what their makeup is, and to actually see them commend their coaches for their time and their compensation.
Right.
So.
And we appreciate just, I know last year we would have people come by and say, we want to thank you all for putting this on TV.
Oh, it's
we
it's
appreciate listening to you and the support that you give both teams. Well, that's our job, is to highlight every player.
And this is a part of the day of recognizing those coaches, those players, and those teams that make volleyball what it is. And like you said numerous times today, an improving sport, a sport that is fast-paced and really wonderful to watch live. And I've always been, as you well know, an active supporter of volleyball. And that being said, I'm getting hungry, Betty Vaughn. So with that being said, thank you once again for all that made it happen, Hometown 24. And until volleyball and football games, we'll see you somewhere down the way. So come over and holler at us.